Dr. Renee Shellhaas from Washington University is going to come up and lead the session with Geeta Gupta. She's going to talk about why we're talking about sleep. And then Geeta's going to get up and talk about how we can measure sleep for clinical trials. After that, we have Althea Robinson Shelton from Vanderbilt, and she's going to talk about how we learn from research on sleep disorders in children who have autism and other development disorders. They're further than we are in some ways. And then Rob Stowe from Boston Children's is going to talk about sleep disorders in people with DEEs and thinking about sleep as a primary outcome or a mechanism to improving endpoints and how he thinks about that. Then we'll have a great panel discussion. I hope people in the audience will get involved and bring their sleep knowledge as we really try to open up this area. So with that, I would like to bring up Dr. Shellhaas. Renee, welcome, welcome, and I'll get you back to the slide. Oh, here you go.
I don't need to tell you why we need to talk about sleep because we just heard it, right? I'm really excited to be here. I'm really, really excited for you to meet some new faces that haven't been involved in the LGS community directly so far, because we need these people, right? So you just heard from sorry, you just heard who you're going to hear from. Here they are again. I'm really excited for you to hear everything that they have to say, so I'm going to try to get out of their way and let them tell you some really interesting ideas and stories. If we step back for a second, if we ask the adult doctors why we should think about sleep, I would just point you to the American Heart Association, who says these are the essential elements for being a healthy adult. So this matters for everybody in this room, and therefore it matters for all the parents of our patients with LGS and for all the adults who have LGS. It's a critical piece of being a healthy person to have healthy sleep. So why have we not been talking about it up till now? That's a question that I have for all of us. Abnormal sleep has a lot of different consequences, and I think we need to recognize that. So yes, abnormal sleep and worse seizure control, and there's a back and forth there, right? Worse behavior, I have worse behavior if I didn't sleep last night. Poorer learning or educational outcomes. If we want to take somebody and help them to communicate, gosh, if they never sleep, how are we going to get them to learn? Cardiovascular dysfunction, metabolic consequences, parent and family stress, obviously, right? So we have a lot of reason to be focused here. It is tricky, right? Because we know that seizures and their treatments and kids' behavior all worsen sleep and vice versa. So there is a chicken and egg issue that we have to deal with. And we're gonna hear from Rob and Geeta about which is your outcome and which is the influencer of the outcome. So we have to be careful about the way that we ask the questions. And it is really tricky. I will say the bad news here is this is tricky. And the good news is you all are tough and we can do things that are hard, okay? So I'm gonna challenge us to move forward with sleep and thinking carefully as we move and design our next studies about how we take sleep into account or how sleep might be the outcome that we need because it's so fundamental to being a healthy person.